Ho, ho, ho. Welcome to StockCast. My name is James, along with my co-host, partner James Mason. Good morning, James. How are you doing?
Todd, good morning. I'm doing well. How are you today?
Doing well. Just a reminder to all of our listeners that this is our last show of before Christmas. We're taking all next week off for some family time and some downtime. But we got a couple things for their stockings today, I think, don't we, James?
Yeah, sure.
Well, we have a couple tickers we're going to talk about.
Oh, okay. I was like, yeah, that's news to me.
All right, let's get in at it.
All right, everybody. Okay. Dow futures are currently down 174 points. S&P 500 is down 31.25 points. And I believe, like I've been saying, they are trying their best to hold this market up, just so it doesn't collapse right before Christmas. I believe that if they can hold this up, they're just going to let it go after Christmas, and you have your last bit of happiness for the year, and then they sock it to you. That's pretty much it. So let's look at the chart really quickly. So here's the S&P 500, and like I said the other day, like this is not normal. This is just all freaking manipulation in the market. But you can see how we're already pulling back right here. This is such a critical range because it's truly a breakdown zone. But I'm really waiting for it to break below this $4,600 range on the S&P 500 to really take such a strong bearish approach to the overall market. So below 4,600 is what I'm really waiting on, but I hate to really tie myself up in new trades at the end of the year, so this is going to kind of suck. And especially, I don't want this to really happen today. And if we actually look at these daily candlesticks, there's a good chance that it probably won't break below 4,600 today, unless if they wanted to. Really, it doesn't matter all the other crap, unless if they wanted to. But 4,600 below that, I'm bearish, and hopefully that comes next week. But I'll be traveling, and I will probably miss taking some new trades. I got the current ones going on. Most of y'all know. Y'all know it's predictive oncology. Other than that, yeah. So actually, I don't feel like talking about it, but since I mentioned their name, I had a pretty good. Actually, it was a daggone good meeting yesterday with them. But again, there's really no point in talking about it. Put a few little messages to the TTBB members, but that's about it. So I'll just keep it at that. So let's go ahead and get into it. So Todd, what ticker was it that you were wanting to look at today?
We have two. The first one is ADGI, ADGI Therapeutics. They were a couple weeks ago trading around $45, and then they had some bad news regarding the Omicron variant. And then there's some new reports coming out, and I've read in a couple of forums, but I can't find an actual press release where they're saying that the news wasn't as bad, and it's had between yesterday and this morning the pre-market a bounce. And the question is, can they get back to in that $40 range? And right now it's trading at $16.25.
The answer is no. That's just the way I feel about it. I think this is going to be a fake out overall. I don't think we're going to fill that gap. Not yet. I believe this is just faking everybody out, and it's going to drop I mean, really, the overall momentum is to the downside here. And that gap down, I mean, just recently happened. So we still have all these bag holders who are holding from this $49 range all the way up to $78. And believe me, who brought their baby to work? Jeez. All right. And believe me, there are people who are still holding bags that bought up here around 78. That's just retail traders for you. So while they bought at 78 and are currently holding on to it at 1620, which is what it's going for pre-market right now, there's going to be a lot of people who are bag holding it right at 33, and they'll be happy to get out if this thing hits in the 20s. So I think, I mean, while we could have a decent push here, so while we could have a decent push here, and there are 111 million shares outstanding on the market, I just have a hard time seeing that this thing is really gonna make much more of a push. Todd, what do you have for volume pre-market right now?
7.2 million.
Okay. Yeah, well, the way I see this is, I think this is going to end up actually being a fader today. That's just my opinion. I think we're going to get some rejection right here at these pre-market highs, and then it's going to be a fader. We just need more volume overall, in my opinion.
What volume do you think we need to hit? And then the other question that we've thrown in the equation, right, I want to consider is that I know yesterday a lot of people tried to short it and got burned. And so I don't know if they're still holding or if they covered or where the shorts are. And I think there could have been a little bit of a squeeze action going on with that.
Why would they start trying to short yesterday? I mean, Jesus, it gapped down from the mid 30s right there.
I'm not sure, but one group I know was heavily into it.
Man, they need to stop that Mickey Mouse BS. I mean, come on, that's amateur hour to try to short. Golly, like how freaking stupid is that? I mean, so it opened up yesterday at 633. What? I mean, it literally went from just days ago from $78 down to opening yesterday at 633. What are they going to do? Short it down to 30 cents? I mean, come on. Like, I mean, Jesus, it was just at $78. Where were they at this entire time? But they want to start taking short positions now. I mean, they probably got squeezed out yesterday, and that's why it looks like this.
Well, I think there's still some shorts still stuck because it looks like we might crack $17 here in the next few minutes anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it could go up some more. I just don't see it really doing anything crazy. I mean, there's going to be a whole new different set of bears jumping into short this thing today. So this one actually could just end up being just a wild trade overall in both directions. And I mean, I know what you're talking about, and I know those heavy hitters who were trying to short it yesterday. It just kind of surprises me with their caliber of traders because they're pretty daggone good. Actually, they're great. They are great, very great bearish traders.
So as I watch this play, if anyone's looking to make this play or get involved in this play, I think you have to have a tight stop loss and be quick to take profits quickly. Don't think you're going to get in here at a price and going to get a $3, $4, $5 point or point move. Take small wins with this one because it moves quickly and it moves violently.
I mean,
ADGI, Billy. Ticker ADGI.
Todd, I was going to answer him.
Oh, okay, good. James, there's a question there for you. Would you like to
Billy,
answer?
it's ADGI.
Oh,
Instead of you coming on to the show being Santa Claus, you're coming on being the Grinch, stealing my question. Just kidding.
ho, ho, ho.
All right. Let's talk about, there's one ticker. Now, when I say this, I'm not saying to buy it. I'm just saying this ticker, BLPH, this is just a ticker that, man, you can just don't ever sleep on BLPH. It's just one of those tickers that you should always track. I know that might sound crazy, but you should always track it. They have a history of just making crazy runs with their low outstanding share structure. And the cool thing about them is their share structure, they have 9.5 million shares outstanding. And it's always been that. They don't freaking sell shares or anything. That's what I like about them so much, or at least they haven't in a long time. So a long time as in doing anything crazy like a split or selling shares since beginning of February. But BLPH, I mean, look at it. If you guys been trading long enough, I'm going to do the chart here. If you've been trading long enough, well, geez, that split has screwed it all up. But anyways, BLPH had a run like in 2018. It was up in the $70 range. And it was amazing. It was freaking amazing when it ran then. And I've traded it probably 3 more times after that. But BLPH is one of those tickers that every few weeks, just always track it, always find your breakout points, and just set an alert. Just set an alert, and when it triggers, I like to take a small position and just let it run. Now, you can see where I already had this charted out at 325. That was a breakout point, and we're currently above it at around 350, 360 now. It's bouncing around, but we do have some bag holders here who are going to want to be getting out. I mean, we are up 52% at this point, but this range right here at 325, that is going to be critical for support. If we can have this thing hold up above 325, man, BLPH could potentially have a nice push up, I believe, to about this $6-7 range. Now, when these spikes happen, they happen quickly. And when I say they happen quickly, they happen quickly. Like, guys, if you are at your job working, this trade is not for you whatsoever if it spikes. You will miss it. You will end up holding bags in the end. So don't do it. No.
But probably the same for people who'd like to trade with their cell phone too.
Yeah. No. Don't do it. You literally have to be sitting at your desk day trading this thing and being on top of it. And now, while, again, there's so many variables that are going to go into play right here, I just have to just generalize this because we don't have enough time in the show to explain every variable, because really a lot of those variables unfold right before your eyes in that moment, and you have to make decisions in that moment. Now, just generally speaking, if this thing could hold up above 325, we potentially could have this nice push up to about 6 or 7. But man, if the Bears start trying to come in, I mean, I don't know why the Bears always try to short this thing, and they always get squeezed out. It's freaking unreal. But if the Bears try to short this thing and then they get squeezed out like they have in the past, man, BLPH is known to make radical runs where it will post up 10 plus points or more and just do crazy crap, like this. But I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying that it potentially could happen. I mean, we're already having a nice little push up here, but what I would be concerned about is a pullback going into this bell. And this is why you don't need to be doing this on your phone or trading at work. One, your internet probably won't be quick enough to help you make informed decisions without delay based off the candles. But two, you have to have the time without distractions to focus on this thing. So I'm wanting to see if this thing is going to pull back and how it's going to respond around 325. But at the same time, at the bell, this thing could just shoot up with a strong green candle and it starts halting. So that's the weird dilemma here. And that's how you can start screwing up your account if you're not sitting on top of this thing. This trade with BLPH, and I'm playing the day trade it. Hold on. All right. So at the moment, I plan to day trade it if I feel the setup is okay. But the only way that I know I can approach this is by taking small position sizes. It's going to be so stinking radical. And with this one, I'll probably, I put it this way, like I don't care to hold any more than just 1,000 shares. And really at this price of $3,500, that's all I'm willing to put into this trade. And I know people are thinking, well, if you feel like it could go up to $6 or $7, why wouldn't you go more? Because it doesn't matter what I feel like. The stock market does not care about my feelings.
The stock market doesn't call you and say, "Hey, James, how are you feeling today about this?"
Yeah, like I have to protect myself because your feelings will get you killed, and I ain't trying to get crushed here right before Christmas. So I'm only willing to scale into this thing with 100 shares at a time, depending on how it's holding up. If I start to scale in 100 shares at a time and it breaks down below 325, I'm out. If it shoots down, breaks below 325, I'm out. I'll watch it come back up the second time. I might take a smaller entry again, scaling in, just see what it will do. But if it breaks down a second time, I'll let it hit me 2 times, stopping me out below 325 before I say I'm done with it. But if this whole scenario does play out like this, it's just one of those scenarios that, man, you have to go into this expecting really to take a smaller loss. And what I mean by smaller loss is controlling your position size to be able to expect to take a nice winner in the end. And really the only way to do that is just scaling in small position sizes. Now, if you try to jump into something like this with a very low share structure that's known to be extremely volatile, if you just go all in the beginning, maybe you'll get lucky, but you probably won't. But that would literally just be like flipping a coin and just gambling if you do that. So this is why like you really need to be on top of your game, and you really need to be sitting at a computer, no distractions, to pull this off. So BLPH is just one that you don't sleep on. So let's see what we got going on in the comments.
Good morning, everyone. Jolly Roger, we interviewed about a dozen people that could be stand-ins for us, and none of them could.
None of them.
I mean, it wasn't even close. Like we were like, oh my gosh, we're just better off. No one can replicate. Well, we can't even replicate. I mean, like,
no, it's either us or nobody.
We're so original, like, so. But thank you for offering that idea.
Like, nobody runs a show that's unscripted better than us. Like, if you guys haven't noticed yet, we don't script this. We don't plan anything out. None of it. All right.
And the response is, they go, we know.
Oh man. All right, man. So if you guys are TTBB members, you do know that well, one, I do want to remind everybody again, it's already been said, we will not be going live next week for Christmas. But anyways, man, if you're a TTBB member, I tweeted out to y'all yesterday. Man, I somehow made a rookie move. And I got all my Avalanche coins stolen out of my crypto wallet.
You did?
Yeah. I had 10 AVAX coins, so $1,000 worth, and I got them all stolen out of my wallet.
How did that happen?
To be honest with you, I don't know. So I had a MetaMask wallet actually for a while now, but I originally got the MetaMask wallet when I wasn't even doing anything with crypto. At some point, the only thing that makes logical sense is at some point I either got, well, not either. At some point I got fished somehow, and I had to have put my seed phrase in on something. Had to have. That's the only thing that makes logical sense. I just can't. What bothers me the most about it is, like, it's one thing to make a bad trade and you lose $1,000, but it's a different feeling when it gets stolen from you.
Yeah, you feel violated.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't know that. That's actually one of my fears with crypto is that I can't literally put it in my little safe, or I can't put it in a cup at my desk and hold on to it. Like you don't get to hold it or touch it. It's a 28 pin digit code, possibly.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I screwed up on it, but yeah, whatever I did, it obviously was my error. I'm kind of thinking that maybe, like, when I first opened up my MetaMask wallet, like a long time ago, because I never even used it, that I somehow screwed up, put my seed phrase somewhere, and some hacker caught it, and they just been just checking it out every so often, just to see if there was any currency in it. And then eventually, when I had a decent amount of currency in it, it was like, bingo.
Christmas time, brother.
Yeah, that's literally what they did. They transferred it out to their wallet, and they are currently trading it in time. TIME. So,
We're literally we're 2 minutes to the start of the market. Sorry to hear that, though. Honestly.
Yeah. So yeah, they got Christmas money for their kids. I hope their kids on Christmas morning shit their pants in their pajamas and start their day off bad. So here we go.
All right, everyone. We will see you be over a week. Next week after Monday after Christmas.
Yeah, after Christmas. All right, guys. So hey, we appreciate y'all. Trade safe, trade smart. The market, I like to say there's a Santa rally, usually the week of Christmas, but who knows with this market? It's on a teeter-totting little point right now, and the market could drop. I'll just be extremely careful. So remember, trade safe, trade smart, and keep small position sizes. Until next time, we will catch y'all later, and Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays, everyone. Merry Christmas.